Okay, so another kind of look of flows we can have are in real world piping systems where we have, right, a long straight pipe. Maybe there's an elbow, it goes up. Have another one like that. There's a valve here to tune the flow of liquid going in and out. I can turn it off, I can regulate it down. Let's say another elbow goes down here, has to get over a pump, like that, and even more. So these are like real world piping systems where you have a bunch of straight sections of pipe linked together, right? With a flow rate at the very end. So, right, you can imagine this is a straight section of pipe. This is some sort of elbow I've put along in the system itself. And pressure is not that bad to measure because you can put these little devices inside your tube and then you can read a pressure measurement. So there's one thing you can see if you had some sort of pump here that was providing it, or providing a flow rate to begin with, and then if you measured pressure at all these points along this piping system, one thing that you just observe from the pressure itself, if you make these graphs, and this is, let's say, S, or the distance along my entire piping system. So as I go along, you'll get, like, I start off with a lot of pressure, and then it goes down, where these are the straight sections of pipe. Okay? And then after the little elbow part, there's little discontinuities, it seems like, where it just seemed to jump down, right? So these are those like elbows. And then even more so, I have another one. So I think I had another elbow, and then it can go down like this. And then, of course, when you had that part where it was a pipe with an elbow and it went down, the pressure went up because it's right. You're gaining, right? You're getting a little gain. It actually went up to the same pressure right there. Same thing, even with valves, right? So this is, again, this is the pressure that I'm measuring, and this is the distance along the pipe that I've gone. So really, what we want to know is slopes of these lines, and then how tall is this little jump that happens when I was measuring the pressure. I mean, this jump is seemingly happening right in between your little component that happens. There's some loss that happened of fluid went in, I measured a pressure, fluid came out, I measured a pressure, and there's just some discontinuous jump that occurs. So let's see. And it does it in a pretty short amount of time because this isn't, right, the component is not that long in a distance-wise. So these jumps are something that we're going to develop tools to calculate. But just from the look of it, you could make a whole piping system, put a bunch of pressure measurements around it, and you would get these types of graphs that are telling you really things called head loss. So in head loss, what you do is you take pressure and divide it by rho and G. But we're going to get to being able to just describe what that slope of that line is and how tall, right, or how long that little drop is in all of the internal flow. The goal of this first section of the class is to be able to draw these graphs for piping systems.